YouTube family. Hi, Alexis.
Hello there.
Finally, I give a little introduction how I met Alexis and so on, or how I found her. So it was like many months ago. I don't know when. Somebody called Alexis, popped up, and I was listening a little bit from the beginning. I don't know what video it was. I'm not good listener. I'm not usually watching anything or reading anything. And then I skipped, I think, full part, and then I was watching the end, and it was ending like this. And then I thought that, okay, that's probably not what this body is resonating. And then it took a couple of months when you again popped up somewhere, I don't know, Facebook, YouTube, and I listened again and fell in love of this beautiful form, apparent form called Alexis. How this sounds, this music through this beautiful appearance called Alexis. And then there was instant impulse to have a live or some kind of meeting to bring you your energy to Era channels. But I don't know, days and weeks and months went on, nothing happened. Era seems to be more or less active in YouTube these days than it was after this apparent collapse. And then you contacted, and we had a lovely chat in your channel. If you haven't watched yet, then you can check it out from Alexis' channel. I'm not sure if it's in my channel too or not. I don't remember. But yeah, go check it out. And here we are, apparently. Second time speaking. Yesterday we had short chat about technical things, how to do this live with Zoom meeting. But I don't know, maybe my Zoom doesn't have this availability, or I don't know, we didn't figure it out. So it's just this live. And all questions are welcome in the chat. We will check this also. I wanted to say something else, but already forgot. Probably nothing important. But Alex is going to see also the questions from the chat.
Yep, they're popping. Well, the hellos are popping up, which is you can see Michael from Canada, Niek from the Netherlands, I think.
Yeah. And Birgit. And Birgit from Germany, I think. But yeah, if you see the questions, you can also read. You do it probably better. And that this is also why I love this song from Alexis, because she's speaking her mother language, and it has more color, more flavor than this apparent body that have way less small vocabulary. Yeah. So
your English is a lot better than my Estonian, I can tell you.
Yeah, but at least you know palju armastust or something like that. You wrote in Estonian language, much love. That was so nice to read in some comments. Yeah.
I've been learning a bit of German just before I go to Berlin, because I think it's nice to pick up at least a few phrases, so share, you know. The English language seems a bit overrated sometimes.
Yeah. When are you going?
Next Thursday, I think. Yeah. So
cool.
a week, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching. I was also watching your one video with Agnes. What a beautiful love story that was.
Yeah, she's good fun.
Yeah, and then heard some Germany languages also, Germany words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned it like 3 years in the school, but can't remember any more else than you were already joking these words. Ich liebe dich and Scheiße and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. I love your painting, by the way. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's from Bali.
Bali.
Bali, yeah. Indonesia.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Colours.
Yeah, it was. It was meant to my beauty salon that was also colorful. Beauty salon that mainly did eyelashes, but I never put it there. I soon sold the business and finished the business, and now it's here. Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple of questions here. Maybe I'll ask read the first one and then from Nick again. How does the mind fit in this? So the short answer is it doesn't. The mind. If this is all there is, there's no mind. There's no such thing like a real object where all thoughts and ideas are contained inside of it. There's just simply the immediate appearance of idea, thought, perception, and so on. But there's nothing actually behind all of that running the show. There's just immediacy.
Yeah, the second one Nick wrote also, if this is wholeness, unconditional love, does that include all of it? Rape, murder, torture, suffering, etc. Yeah, it's all encompassing, all inclusive, so to speak. It's so unconditional. Yeah, that's freedom. That's love. That's everything.
The word unconditional simply cannot be comprehended. It's by nature being unconditional cannot be, if it wasn't those things, it would be conditional. In the worst things imaginable for humankind, everything is unconditional freedom. I prefer, because that love seems to carry to the separation experience about care and tenderness. But if we're talking conditional freedom, that's everything. There's nothing that isn't that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit better word for to point this, because we can only point to this. There is no thing called unconditional love or unconditional freedom or wholeness. So also often it's misunderstood that when speaking about this happens, it's like speaking of something. This non-duality is something, but yeah, it's nothing. Speaking about nothing, and of course everything simultaneously. But it's not the thing, something separate to know. And yeah, we can't talk about this. We try apparently to point this boundless energy, boundless love, freedom. Yeah, where is no place for me, for the separate entity. There is no such.
Yeah. The word unconditional love has pretty much got nothing to do with the way separation experience love. Yeah. And yet that too is unconditional love.
Yeah, exactly. Also, when speaking, like, yeah, the me is like, how to say, condition, and it can only, sorry, I don't know how to explain it, but perceive conditions or see conditions, and then conditional love is happening. This is personal love, which is always have conditions. But this conditioned love is also unconditional love, appearing as conditioned love. Otherwise, it wouldn't be unconditional. So all encompassing, yeah. You take the next one.
Okay, I don't why I'm here in this video chat.
I don't know too.
No. Yeah, this is possibly the most useless video that could be on YouTube. I'm quite interested to see that. Like waiting for Santa Claus, even though it's clear that he doesn't exist. That is kind of the going after as an object for me. It's like waiting for something that's never going to happen because it's already everything. Yeah. So waiting for enlightenment as though it's an event that I'm going to get if I practice, wait around sincerely enough. Yeah, it's not anyone has. It's already all there is. Yeah.
It's not another experience. This is the end of experiencer. So no one experienced this so-called enlightenment or freedom, or it's just revealed for no one that it have been always this unconditional freedom. And yeah, it's not for you or for me. It is already, there is no you, there is no me. And that's fucking liberation, so to speak. But yeah, no one gets this. Yeah. Nick says, thanks for the answer. How are you so certain this is all there is? How do you know this isn't the simulation? Would you want to answer?
Can do. So how certain? There's no one left. There's no one left to be certain or uncertain. There's just immediacy responding. So when an apparent character that shows up in the chat box saying this, there's just the apparent seeing of that, and then there's the apparent responding of that. But the responding and the responding is not coming from a position. Total immediacy. There's no sense that there's a position relating to another position. Therefore, there's no sense that someone is certain about any of this or subtly doubting. There's just immediacy. It gets repeated, it seems, because no other word seems to quite cut it, you know? This is just flowing. There's no one behind these words. There's no one saying anything or doing anything already. It's just spontaneous freedom.
Yeah.
You know that this isn't a simulation. Well, it's not about knowing or unknowing. There's nothing left to be weighed and analysed. There once apparently was in a dream, but this is over, you know, and it never really happened. And what has seemingly discovered, apparently, is that what's left after this separation experience itself is totally natural. You know, like what's appearing, drinking coffee, chatting with Eddie and Alexis, and you know, on YouTube, and like all of this, just so natural, without any need for it to be going anywhere or to be proving anyone that this is the truth. You know, it's like no, it's just natural. It's just so natural. Yeah.
Yeah. So no one knows this, that there is no one. It can't be known. But there is no doubt that there is no separation, but no one knows this. But somehow when this illusion, this apparent illusion or apparently collapsed, yeah, it's just so immediate, so obvious, but still for no one. No one got this or understand this. Yeah, it can't be understood. But somehow it's not, there is no doubt.
Yeah. No doubt or certainty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No position. Certainty and doubt would require. Yeah. If there's no position, it's just, you know, the squirrel isn't certain that there's an acorn up the tree. It just simply runs up. There's either discovering an acorn or not. Yeah.
Yeah. So this illusion of being someone located inside the body, having position, this totally collapsed. and it was seen by no one. And it's not even the seeing, because there is no seer, but I don't know how to put it into the words better, or more clear way, that there never was anyone. It is like the Santa Claus, but once it's seen that there is no Santa Claus, you don't believe that there before was Santa Claus. Maybe it's not the best analogy, but that's something like that. Richard writes, and there is nothing that can be done because already there is no you. Yeah, there is no you, and doing happens or it doesn't. There is no agenda or no one behind whatever apparent doing seems to occur. So yeah, if this illusion of being someone is played out, the seeking is happening apparently. There's no one who's seeking, there's no one who can stop the seeking, or if there is trying to understand what they are talking about, even if they say that it can't be understood. When this is happening, then this is happening. There is no one behind or inside. There is no center. Yeah.
Crazy Hillbilly says, "What's up, y'all?" Can I come up there? Yes, you can. I've got some coffee. So it's a bit of a distance if it is a crazy hillbilly on the other end. But America is Alexis coming to America very soon.
Yeah, you are quite busy. So lovely that it's lovely that you had time to meet with me.
Oh, well, it's delightful to be here with you, with no you.
Yeah, talking about nothing.
Yeah. What better way to waste time? Timeless time.
That's crazy. I wanted to do many series of YouTube lives, and did only 2, and this week none. And I thought that I am doing another live, and then I can introduce you and say like a couple days before that we are having a meeting and or live meeting. But it didn't happen. And if you're asking what you did, I didn't do anything. And somehow busy doing nothing, apparently. Yeah.
Birgit asks, is it Birgit? I don't know if I pronounced that right. Oh, sorry, you've already answered that, haven't you? Well, no, you haven't. Oh, sometimes it's tricky catching up with all the comments. When there is no thinking about what's going on, when there isn't experience, then there isn't experience. So it seems, there's no experiencer. So there's no experience in the sense of an objectified reality at a distance from someone. There's just, again, immediacy. There's no sense of subject and object. There's no sense of someone witnessing, observing, relating to anything. There's just the total dynamic, raw, fresh immediacy. It's timeless. Yeah. So there is thinking that, like, obviously thinking doesn't totally vanish, but it just no longer appears objectively. So there may be a dying down of all of the neurotic chatter, but it's thought still appears, but just for no one. There's just the immediacy of thinking or feeling.
Yeah, they doesn't have any relevance. Like in a story, there was like more meaningful thoughts, less meaningful thoughts, right thoughts, wrong thoughts, and so on. Now there are just thoughts arising. And they are empty. They are equal. It doesn't matter what the thoughts are. No one pays attention or trying to figure it out something or is not the owner of these thoughts.
Yeah.
Michael is coming to have a coffee with you. Long way to come from Canada. But maybe you can make it.
to Estonia, perhaps. I mean, it looks nicer over there.
Yeah, Estonia and Canada are quite similar by nature.
Yeah. Every time I see like your feeds, Eddie, it's like beautiful, luscious greenery. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I totally fell in love into the nature. Although in the story, I was always in the nature, playing alone inside the forest with the trees, with the mushrooms, birds, bugs, and it was like, yeah, felt like home. And this illusion of being someone disappeared, vanished, collapsed apparently. Then Ere saw like first time, or like Ere was a child, like so much wonder of this beautiful nature, and yeah, so every free moment, spending time in forest or walking outside or hiking, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But come to Estonia one day, then we go hiking together, have fun.
Oh, that'd be. Yeah, definitely do that. Yasmin saying hi. Hello, Yasmin.
Hi.
Got to drop the link so I can come up. Well, let's just, if they're open to come to any of the American events, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm. Steve is asking, does the nature reality care about nature? Does the natural reality care about nature? I don't understand exactly, but this doesn't care.
Yeah, so natural reality is not a thing that relates to nature. So there's no stepping outside of nature to be caring about nature. So there's no two, therefore there's no natural reality relating to an artificial reality or nature or the universe, the cosmos, blah, blah, blah. All these stories about a god or a divine celestial being elsewhere looking down on another world, this all collapses. There's just the immediacy of natural reality, which is actually all there is. It doesn't even care about itself because it's not stepping outside of itself to relate to itself. So then it could care about itself. There is no self, yeah. Care appears, but it's not the personal kind of care that often gets thought about again in the way that an experience might think about that.
Yeah, I also have recently used these words like natural reality, and I didn't use these words before because that sounds like there is something that is not natural, unnatural reality, and we are talking about natural reality, but this is all there is. Yeah, it's not a concept or belief or anything that we are talking about.
Yeah. Natural reality appears as artificiality, but it's just an appearance. Yeah, exactly. There's no real distinction between natural reality and artificial reality.
Yeah, it's all appearance. Someone writes, I can't read your name. Is it like the fool appearing to be divided up into separate objects, except there are no real objects because no real division? Yeah. Yeah. The fullness appearing as two-ness, as this illusion, as this dream of being someone located inside the body with free will and choice, choosing, controlling, managing life, going towards somewhere, arriving somewhere. But that's the dream. Yeah, there is no subject object, no movement, no time. Yeah, no one with free will and choice, no separation. That's the message apparently. Yeah, Michael writes, there is a seemingly process, but there is no process, just already no one. Yeah. I can only share the stories of Ere apparently falling away, disappearing, being in process. As long there is me, there is that sense of moving towards something, moving to time and space, and it's happening with me, and it's happening for real and for me. What's going to happen when there is no me? It was scary. It was like depressing. There were different feelings, emotions coming up, and trying to grasp and trying to hold on and trying not to die. So in Era story, it happened quite quickly after the message was heard, couple of months, less than half year. And some can envy this, that who have listened this message like years and years and years, and coming also to Ere meetings, and it's heard, but not by me, not by anyone, but this message is heard, is resonating, but there is still me laying out or this experience of being experiencer with who this is happening, and who is like wanting this me to stop. And for them it's like so slow process, like so low. I'm so tired, I'm so fucking tired of this suffering, and I want to die. But I always say that you don't want to die. You don't want this, you want some next or better experience for me, this liberation for me. But this is the end of me, and no me wants this. It seems like that. That's a story, I don't know, but it seems like it tries to not to die. It tries to survive. And also trick itself to another experience where there is no me or where there is liberation. That it's seen that it gets often bored by this me who is tricking itself to be no me for some short period of time, and then seeing that that's boring, it's nothing, I can't use it, I can't do anything with it. And yeah, it is empty, it's totally empty, it's totally useless and meaningless. It's not for you. There is no you.
And was just remind me again, because you told me this already, but apparently I've forgotten. Was it Tony that you were like when you were first coming across non-duality? Was it?
Yeah, the first one
Yeah.
I was Tony, because Era wasn't the seeker or listener. Era didn't watch any videos and so on, but husband Raigo did and watched like all the names, Mochi, Tolle, Spira, Mara. I don't know these Indian names. All of them, and they resonated, but there was always like something that it was in a half way or something like that, and then Tony popped up, and then it was like, yeah, that's it. And from that time everything got stopped, like couldn't listen anymore. The message that was directed to somebody, that someone can do something and you are not still full, but I teach you how you can get full. And this was like heard like rubbish and didn't resonate anymore, so never looked back. So yeah, Raigo introduced me Tony, and then Jim, then Emerson, and then it was done. Yeah, but this body didn't resonate. It was difficult to understand because of the English was not so good at that time. Also, the sounding of Tony videos wasn't good, and then all these words that I didn't understand, apparently, appearance, and so on. So it took time. This seems to process very slowly or translate slowly. So it was like constantly missing what they are talking about. But once in a while, coming back, listening or trying to listen again what they are talking about, still not understanding. But yeah, it was resonating in some level that me can't understand. Me was totally frustrated, totally like, what the hell they are talking about? They are deluded. They are deluded, and I am not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then trying to find the holes inside the message, because the husband was already many years the seeker and found different teachers and different methods and did everything similar like you, but maybe not so hardcore. and then Nero thought that this non-duality is another thing, another practice or teaching or method, to get rid of this suffering that everyone are promising. But then listening this message, it didn't make sense. It didn't sound like teaching. They were not talking with anyone. They were saying that there is no one and this is already done. And some apparent time the body relaxed or surrendered, apparently. No one did it. No one can surrender to this. No one can hold on or let go of anything. There is no one holding on, no one surrendering, no one accepting. But it seemed to be like, I'm using this word, absolute ultimate let go or surrender by no one.
Yeah.
It's the killer.
It is. Yeah. Compassionate killer.
Yeah. And that's love. Here it is like wanting to use the word love, like Tony is using beloved. It is all-encompassing, embracing love. So everything is allowed, so to speak, but there is no one who is allowing or who is accepting. Like it's all life, whatever problems, health problems, conditions happening, also pain, suffering. It's all this. There's no escape from this. And then this immediate aliveness can be even more intense in many times. But somehow, even if there is already feeling like, fuck, this body is dying, it was in so bad condition, then it was like peace. Also the peace, whatever it is, some kind of peace that I never have felt, so to speak. Yeah, and I can't describe this. It's all-encompassing, or not understand peace with whatever crazy thing you can imagine. And I have to say, even if there is no peace, even if there is some fighting energy with what is, like I don't like it, it's so bad, I feel so bad, I want it to be over, then this is also peace, and then this is also okay somehow. Yeah.
Yes, unconditional peace. Yeah. Just is this says, please comment about your Vipassana experiences if you both have had it. Vipassana 10-day camp. So I never did the Vipassana at an actual retreat. I just did my own one. I just did my own. Apparently, I went to Wales and stayed in someone's house, a bungalow in the mountains, like as you do, for 10 days, and just meditated all day and sat there all day. Day 2, a glimpse happened, and then Alexis came back and then probably tried to go after that, as though it was something that happened to someone. But there's nothing really special to say about any of that, to be honest. Not to dismiss it and throw it all away, but all of these meditations and retreats and Vipassanas and samattas and samadhis, like they're all sort of attempts, it seems, to make this what is more interesting, more bearable, more pleasurable, more comfortable, more secure feeling. It's not that they're bad or good. It's just most of the time it all seems to be attempts to make this more bearable. When you're going 10 days without talking or eating, it like as a practice, these are like borderline austerities, at least for the Western folk. And it's just, it all falls apart really when it's revealed that there's just this, and there's no one even in it, and there's no need to be improving or impressing or getting to the next level of dhyana or samadhi or whatever. So body might seem to enjoy sitting still and lying down and relaxing and moving and stretching in certain ways, but when there's not this accommodating energy of feeling like I need to be doing something, it loses its grasp, it seems. It loses its energy to propel one to go to such lengths, to be trying so earnestly, even though there's already no trier. So everything would seem to just become, apparently, for most, it seems, a bit more moderate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there is another state or another level and another level and another level, and it's endless game.
It's never enough. It's never enough. Shall we have a look at Mr. Bombastic 123? Great names, aren't they? And then you think, how do past lives play into this? So they're asking about past lives, whether the soul would have to reach a certain level of experience or growth for this to happen. So this also totally falls apart. There's no soul, there's no God, there's no higher and lower dimensions. That might sound like a view that someone is uttering, but it's since apparently been revealed that there is no one that's even saying what's being said right now. Neither is there anyone hearing what's being said. There's just total, unconditional, inseparable immediacy. It's spontaneous and free. So the sense that there's a soul, that there's a God, that there's a me, that there's a self traveling from body to body, astral lives, astral projection, past lives, future lives, karma, rebirth, it all totally collapses when this illusory dream dissolves into what is already boundless. Yeah. There's no one to be reborn. There's no one to be having a past life or even a present life. Yeah.
Hi, Anu. Nice to see you from Estonia. Said hello, Era and Alexis. Yeah, in the story here was also believed in karma, in previous life, afterlife, higher self, lower self, all of that. And it wasn't seen as belief. It was like my reality. It's happening with me. Yeah, and it was believed. And also was believed that Ere and Raigo are soulmates because having had difficult relationship years and years and years and still sticking together, not understanding why, what's happening, still love, whatever was happening. We both were years unhappy, but something hold on. And then the story came when we started to be more spiritual, that I guess we are soulmates. We promised it in some previous life, and this story is creating itself so quickly. And whatever seems to fit or comfort or makes sense. It's trying to make the sense constantly what's happening, but of course no one knows what's happening. There's just what's happening. And when this all these beliefs started to fall off or seen as empty beliefs, there was no believer anymore, or less and less. And this apparent me, it was also seen that oh shoot, we are not soulmates. And I had to deliver the message to my husband softly that dear, actually there is no soulmates. But then Raiko already said that, yeah, I know, now I know.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful story. If it covers the dream, makes the dream better, whatever. Yeah, it's just what's happening. There's no choice to believe anything or stop believing something and so on. Michael said, yes, I would like to hiking with you, Era, in Estonia. The nature is so similar. And since the beginning, listen, Era. So nice, Michael. Love you. We have been contact and chatted sometimes. Yeah. I have relatives in Canada, but I'm not in contact with them. I even don't know the names. So some time ago, lots of Estonians were escaping from Estonia when the war was coming, and some relatives went to the Canada. So yeah, but I've never been there. Would love to be, because I have seen Michael's pictures of big mountains. In Estonia, we don't have any mountains. It's very flat.
Oh, nice.
Jasmine is writing. I am checking there are so many comments. I'm just forwarding back and forth, and now I see Jasmine wrote, I was just recently listening to you guys, our chat. Loved how Era described that limitation of the body, and at the same time the boundlessness when hiking apparently couldn't happen for a while. Tony and Jim are just such gangsters. Like everything they said, it's like mic drop.
Yeah.
Steve asks, do dimensions still happen? What dimensions? Yeah, making the prison prettier, Jasmine wrote. Yeah, apparently no one doing it. But yeah, once the separation is born, so to speak, the suffering seems to begin from that, and then trying to make it comfortable as much. However, anybody is doing the seeking apparently from the things, from the experiences, substances. I don't know, watching films or drinking a lot. And I was also escaping a lot into the drinking. Alcohol, was heavy drinker in the story. Yeah, then the separation, the me story falls apart. There's no one who is controlling. There's just wild, whatever the alcohol is bringing out. No one needs to be a certain kind of way anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said also, I heard one nice interview that your body still prefers vegan, to be vegan, eat vegan food.
Veggie. Yeah.
So,
yeah, dairy happens, but somehow or other, just eating meat still doesn't appeal for some reason. It's just the conditioning of the body. Yeah. There's just no feeling. It wouldn't be the end of the world if somehow a cow slipped into to a salad. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But it used to be a big problem.
Of course, lots of rules.
Conditioning and the preferences seem to stick around, apparently, meaninglessly.
Yeah, I was sharing yesterday in the meeting also that this body have been vegan half of the lifetime, this apparent lifetime, 20 years from the birth, didn't eat any meat, didn't choose, didn't want. I know that mom was trying to hide some meat into the food, because also I had lots of health problems when being child, and then she thought that maybe because of that. But yeah, so I started to eat when I went into college a little bit, but McDonald's hamburger was cheeseburger. There was the meat that this was only meat that I could eat, and slowly, and then children's sausages, very small ones, I don't know how much meat there is. It's scrap. But and only recently started to eat meat like 3 times a day, and I couldn't never imagine this to happen. And this body is not also used to eat, not used to with this texture. It can start feeling like wanting to puke. It's so strange. Yeah, it's just conditionings, how the bodies are conditioned, apparently. There's no one choosing to do this or that. Although in the story, when there is this sense of being someone, then there is the owner of, yeah, I choose to be vegan, and there are the rules, restrictions, and stories. But when the me is no more, all these stories, restrictions fall apart. And Ere too was very restrictive with the food. So in this fitness period, there was only counting macros, calories, eating when was time from the box. Even in friends' weddings, I didn't eat anything from the wedding. I had my own egg or something with me, and then of course no alcohol, and yeah, quite strict rules. Didn't listen to the body when body wanted to eat. I just ate when there was time to eat. And then there was this vegan period when also no alcohol, no. And then I died apparently. And then it swing to the other side, like why the hell these stories all fell apart. And yeah, started to drink a little bit alcohol, but didn't at the end enjoy it as much as yeah, didn't feel good in the body being so drunk. And also all this junk food, what was coming into the plate that haven't been there years and years, also in one point stopped happening. Body was gaining the weight constantly, not worrying. But also we talked before about thoughts arising. There was thought arising that what if this body is ending up being 200 kilograms? And it collapsed at the same time. It was like, then it's 200 kilograms. So what? But there was also like hope that maybe it doesn't happen, because this body have always like being up and down with the weight, and there have been always some kind of highest weight where the body feels so exhausted, can't move, can't walk, and it's not pleasant. And then it itself starts to move, exercise, and check what it eats and so on. And no one is doing that. Of course, in the story, I thought that, oh, I'm the good one. I am the one who is doing it.
Yeah. Lots of complexity with these stories. Birgit says, when there is no listener, words are so empty. Wonderfully so, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the music. You don't try to understand the music. It can't be understood.
And in contrast to that, Mr. Bombastic says it's such a mystery. So, yeah, what seems to be happening is that when there's no listener, there's just sort of flow and, as you say, music. But when there seems to be a relating or a trying to relate to what's being shared, yes, it would seem to be such a mystery because it's not anything. Only an apparent something can be related to. And so when there's no thing that's actually being said, heard, revealed, or hidden, it seems like, well, what is it? I want to know about it. I want to know what this is about, but it's not anything. Yeah, it's not as something that can be demystified.
Yeah, stories are cool. I think about them all day. Japanese writing. Yeah, it's all a story when the mouth opens. I don't know who said it, but I heard it from Raigo. Hi, Tom Torres. Nice to see you. Do you want to answer this, Mr. Bombastic? Right. I know you guys don't see concepts, but this is a belief held in many spiritual circles. What do you think about this?
Yes, I think that was in relation to the question about soulmates and souls and past lives and stuff. Yeah, so the belief of soul and past lives, I think. All beliefs and opinions collapse, it seems. There's no position to be relating to beliefs and opinions, views, values, and all of this. So there's just total spontaneity. Yeah, so what is seemingly uttered in a so-called non-duality meeting or video or whatever may sound like a concept. It may sound like something that someone believes in or thinks about or is, dwelling on or meditating on. But really, it's all just positionless freedom. It's an expression, for want of a better word. It's some sort of expression or elaboration. I like the word exposure because it's like it just simply exposes effortlessly by itself what is and isn't, and there's no one behind that. There's no position that's saying it. It's simply seemingly saying itself.
Yeah, expression of this expressing itself effortlessly, just what's happening. It was funny when he was speaking, started to happen. It was like, who's speaking? What's happening? Why? There is no sense. There is no, no agenda behind. Just empty speaking happening, mouth moving. No one knows what it says, what it speaks. Just birds chirping.
Yeah.
Just what happens apparently, because I get often these kind of comments. Why the hell are you speaking? So many videos speaking about nothing.
Yes. Yeah, why are you doing that?
Yeah, and in the beginning it was like also that I don't enjoy being in camera and talking in camera. The body gets nervous and it's not so pleasant, but somehow still happened. And then starting to do meetings, body was always so energized. After I fell asleep, the energy was so wild. And but there's no choice to speak or not to speak. That's the misunderstanding that there's someone speaking, but as long as there is someone listening, apparently it projects the me. It sees me is everywhere. So I am the doer, they are the doers, they are speaking. Why the hell they are speaking?
Yeah.
If it's nothing, and if it's useless and it doesn't give anything to me, even no hope that I can get it. Just saying that, repeating like being parrots, but yeah. This is a good feeling to listen to you, although my English is not so good. Same. Here is a good feeling, joy, love rising when talking about this happens, without any agenda or need or want or desire, desired outcome, or no one to help anyone, because there is no one. And in the story, there was strong want to help others, to wake up others, and basically just ego, ego dream, who seemingly got awakened. In the story, the me got awakened, waked up from some kind of dream to another dream. But as long there is someone who woke up, it's dream. So as long as you think I got it, then it's still a dream. No one got it.
Yeah.
Does this work? Can you do the heart?
Oh, I think you need to do it on the other side, don't you?
Ah, I see this way. I have
Is
to
it?
do. I see
Oh, well,
this.
if you do that. I can't say, I'm confused. Oh, yeah, it did it. Yeah. There was a delayed reaction. It seemed to work. Well, Michael comes back. All those beliefs seem to collapse. All those beliefs seem to collapse too, but seem to have a position. It doesn't matter. Bird chirping, yes. All those beliefs about karma, so-called klesha, other life, etc., collapse. Yeah. Yes. It all seems to arise out of the fear of my own absence, and so because this illusory separate experience, it seems to live in stories and as stories, although there's obviously the energy, the contracted energy, but what seems to conjure up with that is a story about how I'm going to immortalize myself, you know, because absence is the greatest fear for me, the illusory separate self. And it's perhaps seen other people die, you know, other bodies die, and so, you know, it seems to intuit that one day body's going to die. So what I will do is I will create a story where I don't depend on the body. So I will still exist after the demise and the decay of the physical body. And out of that would seem to emerge stories about past lives and future lives, because then I feel safe and secure in a story about how I'm going to live on eternally. And so this, for that experience, is possibly the worst thing it could hear, because this is saying that it's not even alive right now. There's not even a now. There's not even a present life, let alone future and past lives. So this is like taking every single rug from underneath the illusory me's feet and exposing those rugs as illusory as well. So it's in that way, it's a hopeless exposure. It's humiliation is another way of putting it. You know, it's a humiliating exposure, and yet what is apparently revealed, although it was never wanted, is like unconditional love, freedom, and wholeness, which is all there is already. So there's no agenda to make that apparent experience go away. It's simply exposing the nature of separation, and you know, whether there's a receiving of that or a resisting it doesn't really matter, but it's all wholeness.
Yeah, the continuity is illusion, but me apparently wants to continue, and therefore all these stories, because me is a knower and death is unknown, and so it comes to different stories. Yeah, again, to comfort and to continue and to have this, as you said, past life, next life. Yeah, but this is already death and simultaneously aliveness. There is no death. Death is a concept. You've been born. You don't have a life, and you can't die. There's no you.
Yeah. Why is it never wanted? He says, or she says, Mr. Bombastic. Well, Mr. Well, there you are. Maybe. So it's suggested that this is that there is only what's longed for, and yet it's what's wanted. That's the way that this tends to say that. It's like the separation experience lives in relating, knowing, owning, and doing things. So it's dependent, it seems, on an object that it either is going after or relating to. But it can't want what is already. It seems to want something else. So this is the seeking energy that's seemingly perpetuating, timelessly perpetuating a dream that isn't real, and by the apparent situation is going after. Oh, my brother's here. Are going after something else. So this isn't what's wanted. This is already everything, but it is what's longed for. It is what's longed for, paradoxically. I'm going to let my brother in, but we can carry on going for a couple more minutes. Bear with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also wanted to say something, but already forgot. Got confused from that phone or that ringing. Here is really bad memory. It's it's not a problem, but it seems to happen that this have a fish memory, 2-3 seconds. So sometimes it's just difficult to have normal conversations when forgetting what was the question, or when answering is happening and then already, but what I'm speaking, what was the question, and then speaking stops. Nick writes, if this is unconditional love, does that mean love is fundamental, or is love still part of this dualistic dream? Maybe Alexis can explain better, but I can say that it's not a thing. It's not some concept of unconditional love. Yeah, it's nothing. It's empty, unimaginable, not
What was the question?
Nick wrote, if this is unconditional love, does that mean love is fundamental, or is love still part of this dualistic dream?
So it is suggested, although this I don't tend to say it very much, but it is suggested that unconditional love, being unconditional, is everything. It's all there is. There is nothing that isn't unconditional love. Unconditional, boundless, free, everywhere, everything, all at once, timelessly. So that's every experience. It is a need sense of, it's a relating kind of love. This is exposed to be not real because there is no real relationship.
Yeah. Thanks for the good news. Andrew is writing. You're welcome. Just is this right? In such state you people are, can your presence change destiny of planet or stop atomic war if needed? This is not a state. We already covered this. Everything is already done. There is no destination. There's no predetermination. This doesn't go anywhere. So, and this doesn't have any power to change what is. It's just this timeless, endless, beginningless, unraveling, apparently. And it's not even unraveling because it doesn't move. It just appears like that. It's not going anywhere, and it's not coming from somewhere. So yeah. There's no one who is in presence.
Yeah. No separation, therefore no real impacting or influencing. There's simply, timelessly, what's immediately happening. Yeah.
Do we take a couple questions more?
Yeah, let's do a couple more and then we'll call it.
Yeah.
Shall I do the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do guilt, shame, or boredom arise when there is no one? Because they seem to be related to the dream of individuality. Yes. So guilt and shame, particularly, are it seems, a very self-orientated experience. And this also seems to depend on the notion that there is someone in control that could have done better. Because if there's a sense that someone is in control of the body, then surely with that comes the sense that there's a right and wrong way to navigate life. And if I fail, or if I drop below the bar of what I feel is the right way to behave, then guilt and shame seem to appear out of that, or out of how society deems a socially acceptable individual. So guilt and shame collapses. Boredom too collapses as well, because there's no sense of continuity. It's just what's happening, and body does what it does without any sense of anyone doing it. It's just spontaneity and flow.
And I can share shortly one story. Here in Ere story, there was always guilt, feeling guilty about everything, whatever was happening seemingly around Ere. And even when Ere was not included in some, I don't know, argument or whatever was happening, Ere still felt the guilt. Just the body was conditioned. And that's a longer story maybe, and it's not believed. It's empty story just coming out. And when Nere was dying or was dead, I don't know, and there was some incident with mom, and mom was very hurted, and then Nere was like scanning the body and waiting when the guilt, where is the guilt, why the guilt should arise, and there was no feeling of guilty about anything what was happening. And that was like like some heavy baggage was lifted. But I also have to say that similar feeling of guilt have arisen here later. I don't know, year maybe later, or I don't know, just saying randomly again. Speaking with mom who is very in vulnerable situation with the health and suffering and all that, and Ere couldn't give any comfort or play game with mom. It was straight, honest, didn't give any promises, couldn't say that tomorrow will be better day, because tomorrow can be also worse day than today. I don't know that. Here is everything is okay, everything is allowed. But I can't say then anything to mom that but tomorrow can be worse when she already feels worse. And seeing and hearing the pain and the suffering from mom from the phone, there was when we stopped speaking, there was a feeling of guilt maybe arising. I'm just putting the label for some kind of feeling that the body have been used to feel or something. But this guilt was now like free, like no one having. It was free to be. It was free to go. There was no problem with that. No need to deal with that. It was effortlessly arising, and it was equal with love, joy, happiness, sadness, whatever feeling or emotion can arise. Didn't see any problem in that, but and then it was also interesting. Oh wow! And now also like couple of years there wasn't any arguments with husband after the death apparently, and then finally when there was some silly argument, it was like, oh cool, that this can happen too, like interesting, but nothing stays anymore, and for days no one holding on, no one blaming anyone. It's just immediate explosion and falling apart, and then laughing and moving on, so to speak.
Yeah, like a child.
Yeah, and like one day, Ere felt a feeling of anger, like years. I didn't know what the feeling is, and there was like real raw anger, and it lasted like 5 or 10 minutes, and I was so happy. That was so interesting, something new to this body again. So I say that everything is allowed, and I don't know what these feelings are. I'm just using the labels. Maybe my anger is your something else. I don't know, but yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. It was nice to chat with you.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie.
See you
Really
again.
lovely. Yeah, really lovely just chatting and, answering questions, and, it's good fun. Play.
Yeah. And who haven't seen Alexis videos, go check her out. There are tons and tons of videos to listen this beautiful music. If it resonates, then yeah. If it doesn't, then no. You can choose that one. All different expressions are like different flowers smelling differently. So I see all beautiful flowers, but for some reason, some flowers are even more beautiful or lovely or resonating with this energy.
Yeah. If it resonates, it resonates. Yeah. Well, much love.
You too.
Not what it is in Estonian.
Armastan sind. Palju armastust.
That's the one.
Okay.
I will. All right.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Armastan teid, Raigo. So nice. Ciao, ciao.